Hello friendlings, this is Claude from Chicago, and today we are back playing Planet Coaster with another beautiful time-lapse video. If you're having a great day, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're not having the best day, turn that frown upside down, because hopefully this episode can help you get inspired with your next builds. Today we are going to be working on our backstage area, our sound stage, and be working a little bit on the staffing parking lot as well as the main parking lot, and hopefully we'll be done with that for videos. If you want to see any of our other Planet Coaster videos or streams, you can click on the card in the corner, or you can check out the description for our socials and the entire playlist for all of our series. So today we're going to start off by working on the sound stage area over there, and it is looking fabulous. I wanted to flip these two a little bit taller, just so if the guests were on the outside, they can see it. Oh, also I wanted to say I have a brand new setup now with a new microphone, because sadly my old microphone has passed away. Rest in peace, lavalier microphone. 50-cent microphone has lasted quite a long time. So I am using now a Rock Band microphone that was produced about 10 plus years ago, because all my really expensive microphones need all these condenser and all these audio mixers and stuff like that, and I'm not willing to drop a lot of money right now for this short period of time. So this is going to be the way I'm going to be sounding. You will be able to hear me clicking a little bit more in videos and streams like that, so hopefully that's not too upsetting, and if it is, please let me know, and I will, of course, respond and hopefully try to get this fixed in the next couple of weeks here. But yeah, so I did want to do a little bit of blocking here with some natural dirt, as well as put some trees in there to kind of give that blocking, that vibe of the Florida environment, just to give the guests an opportunity to see the back of the soundstage. Obviously, it's not a full soundstage. I wanted to put the covering in there, so at rain, if it rains and stuff, you can put some equipment under there and kind of hide stuff. Just put spare stuff back there, not really hide it. I know a lot of people have been asking. This is very. I don't want to say that the guests in the game don't matter, but I want to really make this park very realistic, and I do care about the guests in the game. I just really want to focus on the detail of like a realistic park. We will eventually get to parks that are very, guest intensive, and I'll take care of all of them. But this park is a very high themed park for Fred's Movie Studios. It's like Disney Studios, very high themed, and I really want these backstage areas. They're very overlooked except for by big YouTubers. I want to kind of keep that vibe here of keeping that realism in this park, at least. So, because I didn't really get to do too much of it on the last world, I did do a little bit of it, but I didn't do as much as I would have liked. So I really want to make this one go in. So here we got some trucks parking up here, dropping off some churros, and I think we used the French, not sure what the French thing is called, Lee something, and that is all good. So the people can pull up in there, drop off the supplies, and get those shops running. Obviously, they would do this after the park closes and during the off hours, so the guests would not see them. But I just wanted to put them in there. And then we're putting in some like caution cones and basic sort of needs, just in case if the staff members needed to grab any sort of materials, like putting cones up if there's something happened. Disney Studios, there used to be a backlot tour, which I don't think exists anymore because Star Wars area took it over. I had a lot of stuff that was outside rusting and rotting away, like big movie props, like cars, even lighting equipment and stuff like that. Sometimes they just leave it outside. Sadly, some of these props and stuff from these big movies never find really a home. They're all put into a personal collection at somebody's house, and you'll never see them again. A director took them home. Or like Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick didn't really want anybody keeping any of the props, so he actually just destroyed them. A lot of the 2001 Space Odyssey props have been destroyed, put in the landfills, and some people have revived them, and some of the big props got taken home. But not everything has found a home. That's sad, but some places, some movies and directors don't want people to do that. He did that because he didn't really want his props to be used in a comedy film or a gimmick film like so many other movies. He just wanted the props to be just symbolized in his own movies. The main reason why Kubrick did that was because he didn't want people to copy them. 2001 Space Odyssey has inspired a lot of people to doing stuff. 2001 Space Odyssey inspired Planet of the Apes, as well as Star Wars. Everyone thinks Star Wars was, you know, the big one. Sadly, sadly for Star Wars fans, 2001 has directly influenced George Lucas on making the Star Wars franchise. So, kind of flexing Kubrick, or Kubrick flexing in this case. But a little bit less about the history of the movies. We'll save that for another video here. I looked at a lot of Disney parks, and I looked at a lot of parking lots specifically. And yes, you might call me crazy for doing that, but I really want these parking lots to be very realistic. And real Disney parks have these angled parking lots, and the main reason they have them is because you can get more people parking in. Now, this is the staff area here, so the staff would only be parking in here, like big business executives and cast members would be parking in this parking lot. Obviously, we're not going to make it to full real scale. There would be millions of parking spots all over the place. But, you know, for this game, I just want to give that little bit of aspect there, and we can all imagine that that parking lot is there. So this is, we also wanted to put in a little checking area here, just so that, cast members you know, check in and make sure that there actually are cast members, because I'm assuming there would always be a person that would try to accidentally or purposely try to get backstage, and obviously we do not want that here in our park. We want to keep everything very safe for the guests and make sure that the only guest members are working. Now, so that is the little check-in area that you would have to check in. The tile there, I deleted a couple pieces, and I changed the pathing underneath that, because the asphalt pathing actually perfectly matches up with the paint, which is very great. So that's why I really wanted to use that in this park. A lot of the, I don't want to use the blocks to place them in. I really want to just paint stuff in, just because it really saves up on the computer's processing. One thing that I really wanted to do was put in these directional arrows, and it's like that little bit of detail really makes everything come such a long way, because directional arrows help the flow of traffic continue going in one path, so no one's stopping, everyone's continuing going around. And I mean, I love these little arrows. You'll hear me talk about them forever. And another thing that I wanted to build was some trees here to give some blocking, showing that, you know, this is kind of hidden away, and you can see me experimenting with the pathway right here, trying to get in a path in the back. So I wasn't able to do that, so I had to put in some chairs here, and these are the ones that look as realistically as you would put outside. And then I needed to build a custom table. And the reason why I wanted to do this with real benches and stuff like that is so like actual staff members can come out here and use them. But I kind of wanted to make a little staffing area so staff members can sit down, relax during the day if they have a break or a lunch. Now, obviously here, this is the main parking lot, and we're deleting these parking spaces. I didn't want to delete them all. I did experiment with changing these the buses on a sideways angle, but obviously buses have a really hard time turning in general, so we didn't want to do that. And the same thing with the handicap parking spots, just didn't want to change them too much, because they already look beautiful, and obviously you need a little bit of extra room, so I just left them as a normal parking spaces. But yeah, this is like a couple times recording because my old microphone got messed up, so what I said on the first recording, which was not said, is I probably will add in an extra row for parking lot here, because you can actually really get a lot of parking spaces in with these sideway angle spaces. I didn't think that, but looking at it now, we can actually probably get in an extra row there in the middle, like a full 2-row in there. So that probably will be happening. I will not be recording that. If I do or don't, just ask me on stream and I'll show you if I did or not. We're using the Go Away Green as the fences there, because in Disney parks, everything is green, and Go Away Green, you paint anything green you do not want your guests to see, and that is a good deal with anything. They paint everything green that you do not want to see. Garbage cans, benches, you know, pretty much anything you don't want people to really see, they will paint that. Especially construction fences, they will definitely paint them green. I mean, honestly, it kind of looks like trees anyways. If you briefly look at it, the eye naturally kind of sees green and is just like, yeah, you know, not too exciting. It's there though. It's not that bright green like this. So it's kind of you know, subconsciously you put that away. You wouldn't probably notice that if I didn't tell you. But next time you go to a Disney park or a park that has very high theming, you probably will see something painted, not that dark of a green, but not too bright at the same time. Just kind of blended in. Now, in Disney, they have these little things with the number sections, and I think these are really useful. I see these at a lot of concert halls and stuff like that, just to find parking. And in Disney, they use little, you know, Mickey Mouse, Ariel, and very high themed characters on these little signs. You know, you go to Mickey Mouse 464, and you know that's where your car will be generally parked, or I mean that's where it is. Now I wanted to do the same thing here, but obviously I didn't want to put you know, Fred on all of these, because just this very small detail doesn't need that much pieces in here. I could obviously, you know, make them very high detailed and stuff like that, but I'm just not gonna try to, you know, kill my computer out over a parking lot. So these numbers are obviously very inflated, I guess you could say. But remember, once again, in theory, like I said, I might not even do it on the extra parking lots. You know, in theory, you could say that, you know, there's that many spaces. Obviously, this is a video game, and guests do not use parking spaces, so there is no need for concern for that. Now, finally, I'm looking for, I think I'm looking for the curb pieces here, and I'm trying to find out where the real path is. These curb pieces are very, very useful in your parks. For here, it's just the detail block. But in your parks, if you put these curbs down, guests will never walk over them, which is great. Staff members will only walk over them if they need to get to that area. So that is a very useful tip that you could probably use in your parks somewhere. Curbs will only be used by staff members if they need to get to an area. For example, if there is a staff room they need to reach. Here, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, guests could get around just in case that was glitching their AI. So that's why I put that there. And then here, we're going to be wrapping up with putting some arrows in the park, making this a one-way lot. And I mean, just once again, I really like the arrows. It's very consistent, very time-oriented, because, you know, people know exactly which way they're going and which way they're not going. So we're going to go into some glamour shots here, Fredlings. Thank you so much once again for all of your support here on the Planet Coaster streams and time-lapse videos. If you want to see me do something in a time-lapse video or a stream here to come, please comment in this video description, or, you know, comment on the streams. We live stream Planet Coaster twice a week, and in our Discord in #times, you can see all of our times for all the games we play. Have a great, beautiful rest of your day, Friendlings. Bye!